Well, I want to thank you for inviting us here to Wairika. As Sheriff of Del Norte County, it has been an honor to serve my community for the past 9 years. When I got into law enforcement and when I was elected sheriff, I was ignorant and naive of not only my responsibilities and my duties, but also the terrible condition that our state was in, not being involved in politics. Once elected, however, going back and forth to Sacramento, I quickly learned that the state of California was in deep trouble, that Sacramento was incredibly dysfunctional, that this was not a Democrat problem or a Republican problem. This was a problem that plagued both houses, and neither one seemed to be capable of solving it. I became involved in our Tea Party, and in so doing, I learned not only that I had spent a good part of my life enforcing the penal code, but not understanding my oath. Since that time, I have looked at not only what I do as a sheriff, but what my department does. And I have learned that the assault that's being committed against the people of our community by our own government. Today, it was about a year ago when I had a meeting with our Grange. They invited me to talk with the U.S. Forest Service manager. At that point in time, I learned about a little-known thing called the Travel Management Plan. This travel management plan exists if you have U.S. Forest Service lands or federal lands that are in the hands and managed by the government, the federal government. There is a travel management plan that has been put forward. This travel management plan was calling for not only limiting but also decommissioning roads within our community. They had done this without my knowledge. They had engaged in this activity without the knowledge in large part of our county government. They were engaged with talks with several off-road vehicle groups that were in our area about the desire. But these meetings, although congenial, there was no need for the government to actually comply or meet with any of the demands or requests from the local groups that were involved in these meetings. Once I learned that they were talking about doing to my community in our county and the direct impact that it was going to have on public safety, I immediately started to engage in coordination with our local government and with the federal government agencies that were involved. I informed the other sheriffs that have those types of things in their areas to look at this, to please take a look and see if this is going on in their areas, because if it is in mine, and it had been for over a year without my knowledge, that it was going on in their areas and their communities as well. We have an assault upon our community. One of the greatest things about Del Norte County is we have everything that we need to be self-sustaining, self-reliant, and to have a thriving economy. We can live in harmony and sustain our environment, whether it's through fishing or timber. But those things have been denied for us and from us by our government. 74% of Del Norte County is either in federal or state holdings right now. Their influence on us is crippling our community and our economy. And as sheriff, I have taken it upon as part of my responsibility to the public safety, well-being, and welfare of my community to seek out and try to stop any infringement upon the rights of our property, our lives, or our liberties within Del Norte County. Every sheriff up here took a sworn oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. But the responsibility, the absolute critical responsibility, the shame that has come upon us by the infliction of our own government's actions towards us rests only in one person's hands, and that's our own. We have been asleep too long. We have allowed government to dictate. We have allowed parties to tell us who they were going to give us as our candidates. We have allowed people to stand by, and we have allowed this to happen to our country. Our founding fathers saw this, understood it, warned us about it, but they also gave us the tools to repair and to fix our country. I am thankful to each of you for being here, because only with your commitment, your strength, your determination, your passion, can we not only hold each and every one of our local politicians accountable and responsible, as we should always insist upon, but we can take back our country. Even if it's a county by county, we can take it back. Thank you so much.